A happy Friday to you guys. It is the end of the month and I am very excited. We are headed to that very important and exciting month of the year. Emmanuel Inonda is around.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
Christmas is coming. Less than a week actually to be Christmas time. So I know what happens at Christmas. And the president had banned the celebrations gathering until the January. So it's a time where we are going to determine between the police and the people who celebrate Christmas, who are many.
Who is faster, eh?
Yes.
And you really disappointed me because I was expecting as a Luya man, you're going to tell me chicken is going to be a very important part of this festival.
That's default. That's default.
It's nothing to celebrate.
That's default. There's nothing to celebrate.
All right, okay.
That's default.
I think for me, the thing that is really exciting about this coming month is the fact that as women, we have our chamas. We have been saving the whole month, I am telling you. And right now, this coming month, we are about to share our spoils. Eh?
Who told you us men doesn't have chamas?
You
think we only drink and watch soccer?
Yes, your boys' clubs, you know. As women, it is by default. So I think almost all chamas, they usually
but at least we'll share. Yes, we'll share. You're right, we'll share. So I'm happy about the chamas. Yeah, at least I'll get my share there.
What do you mean?
Definitely.
Are you the one who has been paying the chama, or I don't ban photo? I hope you have been nice to your babes though.
Let me not ban the photo for you.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Guys, we have a pretty hot show lined up for you. I'm just looking at some of the stories that we're going to be having here. Among them, social media and the trending topics. Thriving couples. Are you guys thriving or striving to thrive or struggling? Let us know at Tracy KE on Twitter, Instagram, on Facebook, Tracy Mokami. On Facebook, TV47 Kenya, TV47 KE on Twitter as well. Instagram is TV47 Kenya. You can call in live, all right? Or you can also SMS us. Emmanuel is waiting for your messages right here, all right? So you do not have an excuse.
I prefer calls. Where I come from, we call. We call them and send salam.
Yeah. All right, okay. Please send these guys alarms. Please send these guys alarms. He's going to be very disappointed if you do not send him salams. So guys, those are the platforms where you can reach us at, okay? Now, Emmanuel, we're going to start as usual because living in the times of a pandemic means, well, we start with COVID-19.
So the COVID-19, then COVID, then maybe a scandal, COVID scandal.
A COVID scandal?
Yeah.
Be optimistic. Surprise me one day, just a little bit.
I would have surprised you, but next year from January, you know what happens. Yeah. So why should I be happy about it?
All right. Let's wait and see for January, all right? But guys, we have been living in the times of a pandemic and it has been difficult for all of us. And it has been extremely challenging for us to adapt our behavior to help minimize the spread of this disease. Still no social distancing in public places. How do we expect these numbers to go any lower, Emmanuel, if we are out partying, as you say, if Christmas is upon us and we are waiting to go out?
The COVID is there to stay and it's going to stay with us for a few years to come. So we can't pause everything because COVID is there. So that's why we've been told to learn how to live with it. That's why the schools have reopened. We've seen students being infected with COVID and healing of all of them.
And some teachers at least are dying.
Yeah,
and that's the reality of the disease.
Those are the casualties of the war. So the war must have casualties. It's unfortunate. But on the other side, we are coping well. We are coping well and we are coping very well in Nonda. We are coping Kenyan style because we have refused to go get tested because we know we actually might turn out to be COVID positive. Guess what our brothers and sisters in this country are doing? We are faking COVID-19 certificate, guys. This is Kenya.
That is so Kenyan.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to be proud of. The fact that we have restrictions in the
normal.
UAE.
It's a normal in Kenya. So we shouldn't be ashamed of it, neither are we proud of it.
What do you mean we should not be ashamed of it?
Side.
We should be extremely
Kenyans do
ashamed.
funny stuff outside.
It's not funny.
It's not funny, yeah. But it's their norm. It's their norm. How many Kenyans do you know who are clean since their childhood? How many?
let he who has no sin cast the first
Very
stone.
good.
It's nothing to laugh about, guys. And especially when you see the international community reacting to us behaving so badly, we are banning photo, guys. We need to do as we should, you know. And in Onda, there has been this week, yeah, we have seen at least 2 people die in public transport. And for both cases, no COVID-19 has actually been confirmed. But people have been pretty scared, especially for the person who lost their life along Mombasa Road, yeah?
Yeah, it's scary, but something that has been there, though it's not a frequent thing here in the country. We've seen people die in public transport, whether it's the train or the buses.
Really?
But right,
Which country have you been living
Kenya,
in? I have
Kenya.
never heard about it.
Then you should ask yourself, which country have you been living in?
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
So, so it's unfortunate those people died, but then there's this thing called stigmatization. People are trying to force them that they died of COVID. You understand?
Yeah.
Not all death.
But we understand why people would want to be cautious. You know, I'm just imagining a
They're
scenario.
not
Yeah?
cautious. They are trying to spread the rumor or the false news about the deceased. But those who are spreading the false rumor, they are not taking care of themselves. They're not keeping the social distance. They still board the same matatu and overload.
You know,
so what are they trying to do?
You know when you mentioned getting into matatus and overloading in Nonda, I am just trying to imagine, rest in peace to this man who lost his life, yeah? But the amount of panic and scare that was inside that matatu, especially because this man was sitting at the very edge of the door, yeah, just the seat that is usually next to the door. I'm just imagining the amount of panic if people actually waited to go through the door.
No, these people, they didn't know he's died. When you reach your designated stage, you are light, you go on your own. You'll just see the matatu that you are lighted in on social media that so and so died from the matatu. And then you'll realize, okay, when I passed there, I was seated at the door.
Yeah.
So it's a norm. It's a norm. May their soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
But
we shouldn't be scared, yeah?
we shouldn't be scared
Or
at all.
alarmed, yeah?
We shouldn't be scared, yeah.
Also, guys, do not board these overloaded vehicles. You know, there's no hurry to where you're going to. If you're going to get there, you're going to arrive and well. You see, the thing with this pandemic in Onda is that it's double-edged, like a sword, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
So while on this other end we have this very negative effects, I am really extremely happy that weddings are back to 50 people. I think this is a sign, guys. If you still had not...
I know why you are happy.
What do you mean?
You are scared when they are above 200. Or are you planning one?
In Onda, we agreed. We agreed these things.
No, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying you. Had you planned one for one?
Relax.
Why are you happy about 50 people?
Because, first of all, the people who are having their weddings anytime soon will not put us into committees.
So those people are happy, right?
Yes, those people are happy. They're not going...
Like the way you're happy.
I'm happy because I am not going to be put in a random WhatsApp group.
Trust
people
me,
we need 100, we need 900,000 for food.
The 50 people wedding it's more likely to be costly than the 200 people.
No
because
food
the committee
is going to be served. I am expecting you, as you know.
Yeah, the boxes, no food will be served, but you'll have to. Yeah.
So take away food for the 50 now.
You'll be told, look here, since you are few and you are just 50 people. Remember, if their wedding was 200 people, you could maybe contribute 1,000 or 10,000. But the 50 people will have to contribute 50,000.
And they don't need to win under. What I'm trying to say is the amount of money that you actually require.
You know, weddings have brokers.
What?
Yeah, they won't let it go that way.
Really?
Yeah. They do have brokers. They won't let it go the way you think.
What do you mean brokers?
They have brokers.
How? Someone lied to you, you know. It's like you are brokered somewhere. It's like you are brokered, guys. Tell me what you think, all right? Tell me if you actually prefer the number of guests reduced to 50. If you guys have been attending weddings as well during this pandemic period, let us know, all right?
You know, it's 50 physical.
Yes.
Not those who are on Zoom, Skype, online, other
In Nonda, I don't
platforms.
think it matters. As long as the
as long as you attend the wedding,
the people physically present
as long as
are
you
all
attend
it
the
counts,
wedding,
yeah?
As long as
By a Zoom.
whichever way, whichever means, you'll have to
I think
dish out something.
I think you're just happy about the fact that these people who are going to attend via Skype or Zoom virtually do not have to have gifts per se, because you know at the
They'll be reminded. I told you weddings have brokers. They'll be reminded.
What?
You can't come.
I don't know what your experience was. I think I am going to take you into one of
No,
our.
mine was never on Zoom.
Into one of our shows, so that you confess and tell us what you saw. And before we complete this discussion on COVID-19, we have a doctor's strike looming. And it's very sad to see that we are in a country where we are talking about BBI and referendums, which we're going to be talking about in a few minutes, but the demands of the doctors have still not been met.
You see, we've lost so many doctors in the past few weeks on COVID, simply because they didn't have proper PPEs. The protective gear was very low, and there are some doctors who are treating the patients. So the doctors have died, and them striking, I think they are trying to raise the plight to be heard. You see, you can't be just somewhere working all along. You don't have enough protective gear, you don't have enough salary, then you are treating people. But then again, they need to have that sense of humor. Many people will die if these doctors go on strike. Many people will die. No one will provide them the oxygen, all that stuff. Many people will die. So it's upon the government, the national government and the county government, to come together and see what can we do. If you can afford doctors from Cuba, why can't you? Have you ever seen doctors from Cuba trying to protest? No.
Yeah.
Because we are treating them more equal than our doctors.
You know, I feel the only thing that is going to resolve this, especially for us countries who are developing right now, is the rollout of the vaccine. Because at no point will we say our healthcare, excuse me.
Sorry for that.
Not COVID.
Okay.
Thank you.
You joined the Tito crew.
No, never. What I'm trying to say is, with the vaccines, actually already mass production has begun.
Yes.
For these vaccines, and we have seen at least 3 companies come out to say, hi, we have this vaccine, we're going to be selling it at this price. And just like the masks that we had, you remember when the pandemic was starting in Onda? When the pandemic was starting, we had masks that were going for 1,000 bob. You remember the KN95,
I do remember very well.
And then we had other masks at 100 shillings.
Until the president said, let's embrace our own, we started making masks from the
kitenge.
From the linings, cloth linings.
I think it still works. But look here, there's one, so the companies that are producing these vaccines, there are companies whose cost for these vaccines are very high. And there is one company that says, guys, we are providing this at less than half price, And get this, a few people have come out to resist and say this cheaper vaccine is not necessarily good. Some countries, the developed, are not going to be allowing this vaccine into their countries. It makes me think, well, why do we love expensive things for absolutely no reason?
Let me tell you, Tracy, the way COVID-19 has been hyped, the way it looks dangerous, very dangerous, then a vaccine comes for 300 shillings. Would you still trust it? A malaria vaccine is expensive than the COVID. Will you trust it?
If it has been proven in the lab.
It's been proven.
Yeah.
Our own health secretary, cabinet secretary, Kamutai Kagwe. Do you remember what he said when the vaccines were?
I think he had a Mutahi special. You can't you can't just go and throw blame at him,
Whichever. So, the whole cabinet secretary instilled fear to these people, to the Mwananchi. They are likely to reject the
cheaper one.
The cheaper one.
I don't think there's anything to be afraid of with the cheaper vaccines, especially because if efficacy for one is 70% and the efficacy of the other is 90 to close to 100%, you can have 3.
You can being asymptomatic is 100%. Which one will you go for?
Okay, now that you mentioned it, that's a neat twist. That's a plot twist.
Which
right
one will
there.
you go for?
But honestly, I would think I would go for the cheaper vaccine and get more doses. So if this the regular vaccine is supposed to last me, let's say I'll be protected for like a year, and the 70% one protects me for a shorter period of time, I'll just keep going for more vaccines. It does not make sense to spend money.
Protect you?
I don't know how you still do not have COVID in Onda. Your God, the God of Inonda, is what we want to pray to because. Is who we want to pray to
That
because.
vaccine
Yeah.
should be taken to Madagascar, where the herb came from.
Wow.
Then to our friends, the neighbors.
And these our neighbors are the people who do not have restrictions to fly anywhere. Their country is COVID-free. They are freely allowed into the UAE. But you Kenyans who are faking certificates, that is where, the bulk of the problem is. And as the situation continues to unfold, especially with vaccines, I hope we are going to be
Are you going to buy a 300 shilling vaccine? That's the question I asked you.
I don't want to think about it because in the country that we are in, the vaccines are going to get here in 2023. Well, everyone else is getting vaccines next year.
Just in case.
Yes, absolutely. I buy masks for 10 shillings.
For 10 shillings?
Yeah.
A vaccine for 300 shillings?
Yeah.
But when you go for hospital, the oxygen, all that stuff is thousands of shillings.
Yeah.
So don't you see the irony?
It's not irony. It's actually a blessing. And it would be, I don't know, very weird not to go get the vaccine because you think it's cheap. And away from COVID matters, I wanted to talk matters BBI.
Okay.
No, what did you just ask?
What blessing is that?
That even the poorest people can actually afford this.
It's like buying a wheelbarrow for 100,000 shillings, then buying a car for 10,000 shillings. Is that a blessing? Which kind of blessing is that?
I am glad you used the wheelbarrow example. At 100,000 shillings.
You have the Bungoma wheelbarrows.
Yes, the Bungoma ones.
Yes.
The regular wheelbarrows that go for like 10K.
The one from Karen.
No. And then all the current wheelbarrows that are absolutely free. It is all wheelbarrows work the same. It is upon you to decide.
At least there is a wheelbarrow worth 100K Kenya money, isn't it?
I think you're so used to being conned in this country.
No. We know it very well.
You're so used to being overcharged.
You've told us the developed countries won't allow the vaccine in their countries, the cheap vaccine. Why are they not allowing it?
The same reason in Onda you go to a chemist and the person selling to you tells you this drug is not nice because it's generic.
I use generic.
Exactly.
Because my immune is strong.
No, come on. Matters BBI now. We're going to cross over here. And the train, guys, has actually...
So it's on record that you'll get a vaccine worth 300 shillings?
Yes, okay. I will.
Kenyans will remember you.
Yes, if it's going to protect me from death, paying 300 paying 300, well, I don't know. I'm going to choose living.
What if it's not a vaccine?
What else? If it is water,
let's continue
my faith will heal me.
Yes,
if it is water, the placebo effect, my faith is going to heal me.
Let's go to the BBI.
Yes. Now, the BBI train has already left the station, approximately like a month ago. Now, we are on a bridge, that is so rickety, the crack is so loud, and maybe that is why so many Kenyans have refused to board this train. Inonda, is it our deeply entrenched matatu culture? We are waiting to dandia. The train has already left. We are waiting to run.
How do you know that people have refused to board the train?
There have been dissenting voices, and you have had
There's any scientific research to prove that these people have refused to board the train. Let's try the leaders. How many are not boarding? How many did not sign the leaders?
A little bird has told me in Onda.
Okay, let me tell you.
A little bird has told me in Onda.
We have the president.
I did not know. Like he should have warned us. Us who felt like we had what is it called? An opportunity, to actually debate with you and to actually go through the BBI together. Someone tells me you already boarded, just like that.
There are two different things here. One, there's buying a ticket and boarding. You can buy a ticket and not board.
All right.
You understand? What I did, I bought a ticket. Not because I want to board, but I want to see how that ticket looks like.
Let me ask you,
I want to see how the technology is.
When you
buying that ticket online takes you less than 1 minute. Can we try it here with you?
No. Because it is only not about endorsing. If I am going to sign Nonda, if I am going to take a form and sign and upload that form, you are deep inside the train.
No,
if it crashes, you are inside.
I'm not inside. When the train crashes, yet you have your ticket in your pocket in your house, how will you crash? You won't. And let me tell you, this train, the BBI train, or the real train, when it leaves the station, Syokimau, it will reach Miritini with or without people. So that's the BBI. That's why it's called the train. It will reach the destination. It's a government project.
This
No one will
government
stop
project
it. No
in
one can stop
Onda,
it. Yeah.
is really trying to dig up skeletons from it has opened closets and
No.
spilled content over.
That's for propaganda.
No, it's not propaganda in Onda.
It's not in any way related to the skeletons. The skeletons
It is
were
absolutely,
resurrected with someone
extremely.
who has an independent office, who is not allowed to support nor oppose the train. You understand?
You know, when DCI, George
Yes,
Kinoti,
is the guy I'm talking about.
yes.
Yeah.
So, when he came out to speak
Yes.
and say, we are trying to investigate these incidences of, we have had people come out to complain,
Yes.
and actually went ahead and linked this to 2007, 2008, yeah? And then the president come out and say, guys, no, this is not what we are saying.
You see, the president has no even power nor any right to speak whatever he said. In fact, it's unfortunate because the DCI is an independent institution.
Seemingly independent at this juncture.
So what is
Seemingly.
okay, whichever word you use, but
Seemingly.
at least there is independent inside.
Seemingly.
There's independent
Seemingly.
inside. So say
Seemingly.
seemingly, you go with seemingly, I go with independent.
Seemingly independent
Yes.
together.
So
All right.
it is investigating. You see, there are so many people who are displaced. Others have not even found their homes. Wherever they're still living as squatters somewhere else. Somewhere.
Because someone maybe along the way decided to pocket this money, and the fact that we would be willing just for this BBI
But the question
process,
is-
if we would be willing to bring up such an emotive issue as the post-election violence, it just shows you that this is not a document that is designed in any way to favor you. If it has to get to the point where we are going to be used as pawns, yeah, against each other, then that is what is going to happen, yeah.
Tracy, if I stole this laptop, if I stole it from you, then someone else came from somewhere and bought a new one for you, not necessarily this one, but another one. Will you take it and say, okay, I'm good, I have my laptop?
Yes,
Where will you get your information? The one that got lost with the old laptop?
on the cloud.
No.
You do not, what? You do not use
What
the
if you
cloud?
don't know the cloud? The cloud was only used here in Kenya in
I
2017.
love technology in Onda. Love the cloud.
Let me tell you, the
love
last
the
time-
cloud. Love the cloud in Onda.
The first time the cloud was used here in Kenya in 2017, when Baba was telling his the parallel telling center was in Tanzania and the cloud. Yeah. The rest of the cloud is just a story, it's just a myth. So what the DCI did, said, okay, look here, people are complaining to me. So what do? Would I keep quiet? They're all Kenyans. Just like the Kenyans who are saying that should not complain.
You know, in Onda, when
But the president should let the
if
DCI
your
do
dog
the
bites me,
investigations.
if your dog bites me,
Yes.
do I sue that you or the dog?
If my dog bites you,
Yes,
who has bitten you? Is
The dog.
Is it the dog or me?
the dog.
So
It's
what
your
if
dog. If
what
it bites me, I'm going to sue you in Onda.
What if I disown it?
It is your dog, it was under your care. I think from the collection of signatures launch, is it a launch? That's how we refer to it, yeah?
Launch, yeah.
What really amazed me is that our president, my president, actually agreed with me that Twitter is a toxic place. And if you're on Twitter right now, yeah, at Tracy KE, at TV47KE, let us know. You guys bullied the president out of Twitter, a whole president of a whole country that has 40 plus million Kenyans, yeah? And the few of you KOT decided, you know what, this president, yeah, we will call him Jaden, we will call him Boroyeng, I don't
Kamwana.
know, Kamwana, you know, all these names. Those ones are the soft ones that are able to get off these social media platforms, yeah. And the fact that the president spoke about why he left Twitter, and everyone was.
Do you know what the president was referring to? His DP loves talking through Twitter, criticizing the BBI, everything. Then when the launch is there, very quiet, smiling as usual. After the launch, he'll go to Twitter and attack other people. Other people include the president. So he was telling his deputy, even if you've not come for the launch, I'm not on Twitter to read whatever you are typing. You know, he has intelligence. He told us he has intelligence
Seemingly.
from everywhere. It's not seemingly.
Seemingly, again.
No, my statement doesn't have seemingly.
No, your statement
Your
is...
reception has seemingly.
Your statement is is opinion,
So
yeah?
that's what happened.
I think there were things that really blew my mind, and not in a good way, people. The moment I saw that there will be an unemployment tax that is going to be introduced to cushion unemployed Kenyans, it got me wondering, is it my fault I have a job? Why is it like a punishment for me having a job? Isn't this a kitty that the government should set aside, yeah? Now that bodies like NHIF are not going to pay to cover for COVID-19, yeah? All this money that is collected.
It's been collecting.
It has been collecting over the years, yeah? Isn't it the government's responsibility to take care of its own unemployed people?
Our government...
And I don't know why, as Kenyans, we are not trying to oppose or protest. Are you going to agree?
Because Kenyans are comfortable.
Are you comfortable?
They're comfortable.
Are you comfortable?
Until that melting point. And that's where the Kenyans will come out and say, no, this is enough. And it won't be this generation. It will be the next generation, not our generation.
You know, the thing that really proves to me that our economy is doing badly, is even the amount of money that you're required to pay at the Posta Corporation has gone higher. If you need to send anything through that, Beya stamp has always been, I don't know, 23 bob. I don't know. that should not make you guys guess my age.
You see, Posta was a big giant. Then it went to a recess. Now it's coming back, developed, digitalized in so many ways. And the economy is not good, so it has to increase the rate so that it can continue serving you better. So that's what I think the Posta is doing. And
I'm really afraid for January. Not only are we going to be paying school fees, we will be having, if you are employed, payee now is actually going to go higher. It had been reduced to 25%, so payee will now be at 30%. I don't know which other taxes, the tax breaks that we had actually been given. I don't know at what point, they're going to be reintroduced. So I feel like 2021 we should be given a trailer. There's so many things, so much that is going to be going on in Nonda,
Maybe when the president closes the country down again, completely,
we will see.
The taxes will be slashed. Maybe.
But what is the point? It is very counterproductive.
The government doesn't know what to prioritize on. Just on Mombasa Road, if you've been on Mombasa Road.
I live on Mombasa Road.
The expressway from the JKIA is being built.
Yes.
Just after Nyayo Stadium, on your way to South B, you'll find there's a new flyover that has been made. It's complete. It's not even 1 year old. It costed more than 200 million. That flyover has to be taken down to give way to the expressway.
Yes.
It's the same thing that is happening to whatever the government is doing, be it the taxes, be it closing down the country, doing ABCD. So it's trying to copy what other people do from other countries, but it's not giving the priority.
I think in Uganda we need a short break, just to absorb all this information and to think about our lives, post-December. Because Inonda is here very happy that December is coming, but post-December is going to be... I don't know what
guys
is going.
Keep calling also.
They
should text us.
When we take this break, this very short break, when we come back, guys, go load your airtime. This is the time. Text us. We will be ready with your feedback on Facebook, on Twitter as well. Sindio, Gombe hotspot. We will be back shortly.
And we all have ups and downs, highs and lows. And celebrities are no exception.
Do you know I couldn't pay rent? Do you know there's a time I went 3 days without food? If you read my book, I ate Colgate for dinner.
On Coffee with Mbuvi, we get up close and personal.
Nilizaliwa hivyo. Yes, mimi sijawahi ona.
We have candid conversations that are inspiring.
Na acha nikwambie, mtu mmebarikiwa na mlikuwa nyote mko kwa line, mko kwa foleni. Huyu akibarikiwa si ametoka, bado foleni inasonga. Wewe ni next.
Humorous.
This is going to be the craziest interview ever.
And life-changing.
Success is value system and the legacy you leave.
Coffee with Movie, every Sunday at 8 p.m. only on TV 47. Every muscle, every bone is our concern.
A lot of pressure with both your hands, you're going to collapse the infant's chest.
Any pain,
There you go. You can calm down, calm down, calm down.
any discomfort, we have just the right doctor.
A consultant breast surgeon.
I'm an emergency care specialist.
A chiropractor.
With just the right remedy.
Majority of patients will actually just require supportive treatment.
Join us on Body Garage every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. because we care. How do you like your meals? Sweet and tasty or spicy and savory? On the Throwdown, we bring you our chef of the day. He gives you ideas on how to make amazing meals from the comfort of your home. Every Sunday from 6:30 p.m. Life is a journey, and we all have ups and downs, highs and lows, and celebrities are no exception.
Do you know I couldn't pay rent? Do you know there's a time I went 3 days without food? If you read my book, I ate Colgate for dinner.
On Coffee with Movie, we get up close and personal.
Nilizaliwa hivyo? Yes. Mi sijawahi ona.
We have candid conversations that are inspiring.
Na acha nikwambie, mtu mmebarikiwa na mlikuwa nyote mko kwa line, mko kwa foleni. Huyu akibarikiwa si ametoka, bado foleni inasonga. Wewe ni next.
Humorous.
This is going to be the craziest interview ever.
And life-changing.
Success is value system and the legacy you leave.
Coffee with Movie, every Sunday at 8 p.m. only on TV 47. Every muscle, every bone is our concern.
A lot of pressure with both your hands, you're going to collapse the infant's chest.
Any pain,
There you go. You can calm down, calm down, calm down. calm
any
down.
discomfort, we have just the right doctor.
A consultant breast surgeon.
I'm an emergency care specialist.
A chiropractor.
With just the right remedy.
Majority of patients will actually just require supportive treatment.
Join us on Body Garage every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. because we care. How do you like your meals? Sweet and tasty or spicy and savory? On the Throwdown, we bring you our chef of the day. He gives you ideas on how to make amazing meals from the comfort of your home. Every Sunday from 6:30 p.m.
If you're just joining us, this right here is In Other News, the platform where we get to delve into the news way deeper and figure out what the news besides that news was. And to your feedback, Man Sniper, More Fire, you're telling us you are watching us from Ruiru. Thank you so much for watching. Okonda Isaac as well from Eastleigh, you're watching us live on Facebook. Thank you so much for keeping us company. And Inonda, yeah?
Yes.
I want to go to something that has been, I don't know, it's not even mind-blowing. It's actually annoying, yeah? So there are some of us who were born in this country, Kenya, but you feel like you are actually born into the wrong country. I do not know what to tell you. Because the other day, I think you were on the show when we were discussing Halloween and how people were celebrating Halloween.
Yeah.
Now Kenyans have decided they are going to celebrate Thanksgiving. They do not know what their ancestors, Kina Luanda Magere, were celebrating back in the day. They're going to take up holidays from the Americans, and it's really annoying.
No, it's not just Kenyans alone, even the whole of Africa, because even the language you are speaking now is a borrowed language. Kenyans love holidays. They do love staying at home, and it's been evident when COVID hit, and the civil servants are told, okay, let's work from home if you are this age or this age, or if you can't make it, then do this.
Maybe it's an effect of COVID, that with people being at home, now they're more, they can notice these holidays more. They are actually able to participate, in these holidays. What is shocking for me, is how pumpkins in these whole processes are abused. For Halloween, they are carved. For Thanksgiving, they are made into pie. My grandmother in the village must be thinking, what? You just boil those things and put salt. Now, all these shenanigans around pumpkins, what's going on?
Because a pumpkin can be trusted. It's not a watermelon.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just a simple
But a pumpkin just looks like a light-skinned watermelon.
It's a light-skinned watermelon, but the color inside and outside is similar, not like watermelon. Yeah, so the pumpkins, they are most trusted. That's why they'll be used everywhere. Even the seeds of pumpkins know what they do, right?
I'm not engaging you on that one. I am absolutely not engaging you.
They are rich in calcium. If you lack calcium in your body.
And among other trends, that we have seen this week, are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Have you been to thrivingcouples.ke?
No, the last time I logged in, I don't know, last year maybe? Yeah.
Really? Then maybe you're not feeling pressure the way a lot of people out here are.
That's why I left. I stopped from logging in just like the president. Yeah.
Guys, call in and tell us, okay? what has been that thing that has really left you feeling very pressured? And I have seen, Kenyans, I think we are a very funny lot, Someone from that went and created Thriving Singles and created a page for singles to interact. And these same married people who on their bio have written, married to one beautiful wife, are the people who are finding themselves on that platform, Thriving Singles. It's just mind-blowing.
That's why people say Kenya si hami at all.
At all. Yeah?
Because to find another Kenya somewhere else, it's a mountain to climb.
Yeah? We are still even when we should be serious. All of us.
Yeah. Take example of when Westgate was attacked. People mourned for 3 days. And after the third day, the memes started coming out. How the police, those people are lying down or whatever. Same to Dusi too. So we don't take things seriously. That's why we live long. We just take things lightly,
Is it a scientific fact that we live longer?
Maybe, it should be. The research should be conducted.
When you say that, and it leaves me wondering whether this is what happened to this man, So drama unfolded at Catet Hospital in Kericho County after a man who was 32 years old was mistakenly transferred to the mortuary and he regained consciousness. Well, the morgue attendant was actually trying to introduce formalin into his body to preserve him. A man who is alive. Is this what you mean when you say that we live longer?
Even after death?
Yeah.
You see, the doctors who assume this guy is dead, you should ask yourself if they should be added, the salary they applied should be listened to.
Well, then that tells you our doctors are distracted, they are suffering, because if you...
So how many people have been buried alive?
Well, we cannot go and
because
think like that.
The Muslim community, they do bury people immediately after death. So this guy could be in the soil.
You are thinking it's an earthquake, we are feeling the earth shake, there is someone protesting.
So when you hear some funny stuff from the ground, you say there's a ghost here.
Yeah.
So people start saying there's a ghost somewhere, not knowing that it's not a ghost. This guy is still living longer.
That is so scary and spooky. Now I might not be able to sleep at night.
Even some morgue attendants, they'll kill you thinking that you're trying to escape the morgue. They'll be held accountable. Where's the body that was lying here?
Really?
So this guy is likely to be alive.
You'd rather kill the person than the body is found there. That is so crazy.
It's a story I used to hear.
No. Yeah. We have been very envious, I think of Scotland, because they have passed a bill that has made period products such as tampons and pads free to all, yeah? And in I have actually seen some memes going around and people saying the way the government used to supply protection against HIV, and yet that is an option, yeah? They should be able to provide the same for sanitary
Actually,
pads.
it shouldn't be a meme because how much is a packet of protection that the government is giving out?
10 bob, I think.
One packet.
I don't know.
It's not 10 bob.
How much is it? I don't know. Free. I don't know.
It's not free. If you go to a chemist or supermarket somewhere, you'll find it has a price. 50 shillings are above. The sanitary pads, they are the same
Price.
Same price. So why are you giving an option instead of prioritizing what people really need?
Let me tell
the
you why.
really need, yeah.
Let me tell you why, Nonda. Every time you hear there is an NGO, okay, a lot of times, not every time, yeah. We have seen some of our elected leaders. These are the charities that they run, yeah. So for them to be able to provide dignity for these young girls, it's actually it's not a laughing matter, Nanda.
No,
it is actually business as usual for them.
But you should be happy. Scotland has set the pace.
Yes, absolutely.
Other people should do, and maybe Kenya should be compelled to do so.
Yes.
It's not an expensive thing to do. Most of the
what is
young
going to
ladies,
happen to all these charities who provide free sanitary products?
we are living like slaves. If they go, we find our own way of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah? Well,
free milk was provided some time back when maybe you had not gone to school yet. And then, why are you looking at me like that?
What is wrong with you? I was very born and very in school. The milk tasted really good.
Really good, right?
Yes.
Which year was this?
No.
Yeah, so free milk was there. Then these protections are now being given free to the hospitals, whatever. The sanitary pads, towels, and all that stuff should be given all those free. Not many people can afford it. We've seen so many scaring stories. In fact, this is the international media that comes to cover children using the mattresses, old clothes, whatever, all that stuff.
You know, in Nanda, yeah? If the things we're already being provided for free, we do not have access to them. We are told we have free education in this country. We are told our hospital costs are subsidized. The things that we're being told...
Yet when you cut your finger, you can't use an HIF to...
Exactly. Qua ground, things are very different.
Things are different.
I hope we will be able to one day fix
That's why I told you that one day, it's not our generation, it's the next generation. We're already past that.
Yeah.
We need to bring up children who can tell this is not good and they can stand for it. We can't do that when we are electing funny governments. The government that will continue.
And I feel like it's not the people we elect in Nanda, it's the culture that is there. Even if you...
That culture is being manipulated by the politicians.
Even if you select a really nice person, yeah?
A politician
and
will come and tell you.
I was talking to someone who has a relative who is in a position of leadership in the country, yeah? And by the time you are left with almost no option than to be corrupt and plunder government resources, because by the end of the day, your salary, for example, is 500,000. The number of people who wake up to line at your home every morning, help me with school fees, help me with this, help me, from his own pocket. Where do you want his pockets to get money to give you?
To steal from you and give it back to you.
Exactly. And that is a culture we have.
And you cannot steal when you don't have power.
Yes.
How many private citizens have you seen stealing? There are few, but majority are the politicians. A politician to come and tell you, Tracy, this village has jiggers, it's because so and so is vying for this opposition, whether in government, governor, president, MP, or whatever. So if you don't elect this person, the jiggers will go away automatically. The people will do so. Ukosefu wa maarifa, we perish because of lack of knowledge. Yeah.
All right.
So it's not our generation. The next generation will do this. We are already past that. We are old. We are past that.
We are old.
Yeah.
You're not even
too old for that.
Wow.
How long can you protest on a street? How long can you protest on a street?
Without actually Getting tired forever. Okay,
Yeah.
Mtata has been doing it for the longest time. We should,
He's one.
yes, and we should emulate him.
He's just one.
Yes, we should be 2 with you included, the 3 with me included.
I asked you gave me example of Mtata. I'm asking Tracy, how long can you be on the street? How long protesting without food? Just camping somewhere at Harambe House?
When you mentioned
resisting
food in
the-
Onda, it might not even last an hour.
Egypt tried and managed to do it. The revolution, the Arab revolution, really worked well.
Yeah.
Now it's our turn here. The Americans have been trying to do the revolution against Trump.
Well, it has worked. The man has actually said
He's succumbing to the laws.
he's actually agreed to the transition process that is there. So all the best to our country mates. Now that we have decided all of us are American and we are going to adapt funny
Someone
accents
was saying
and
maybe
make
Trump
pumpkin
could have
pie.
held a conference call with Mnangagwa of the crocodile of Zimbabwe, our neighbor who is frustrating Bobby Wine, and then the other neighbor who chased Nduluso away from the country. Maybe held a conference call, learn how to.
And this is exactly why
stay
I
in
think
power.
in Onda,
Because remember the lady who was
country.
praying for the angel from Africa. Yeah.
The angels were busy here. The angels, I don't know why they are not showing up
They've been booked.
in Ethiopia, in Onda, yeah? We have been seeing unrest in this country. And maybe the leaders that you speak of, and the fact that as Africans, the African countries that have not experienced unrest like this are very few. So it's actually a matter of let he who has no sin cast the first stone. So everyone is guilty. We have had post-election violence in this country. The country into which people from Ethiopia are actually running into is Sudan, Inonda. If you would think Sudan is actually safe for you to live in, it means it's actually very hot on your heels, yeah? Going to run into the fire like
They
that.
don't know why the people are quiet on Ethiopia. They're waiting for the violence to escalate to the level of Syria or Somalia so that they can start coming in with Msaada. They can control you.
So they can actually even loot, yeah?
So they can loot the people, they can take
And the Prime
minerals
Minister has
over
issued a statement saying he's not welcoming any international interference unless the country actually asks for help. And
Ethiopia is in AU. If the president is not welcoming international interference, then it should be compelled. It's a member and
Yes.
it has rules and guidelines.
absolutely.
Yeah, so Ethiopia it should not be left to burn. It's a good country. Actually, they are our neighbors. They are not far from us. It's a good country.
Yes,
when
absolutely.
Ethiopia suffers, we will also suffer. Go to JKA. So many planes I think that are from the Ethiopian Airlines. Our own KQ, a few. Ethiopian Airlines and so many. If they suffer, we'll suffer more.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's why even keeping peace in Somalia to keep the Al-Shabaabs away for our stability.
Yeah.
So you should not let it burn because our stability will be destabilized.
And I think this is the high time for people to actually come out as Africans and speak, not to find ourselves in a position where, have you seen those scenarios where you're told you do not want to support your friend's business, but you want to go and comment on Beyonce's posts and wish them happy birthday? Yeah. This is us counting the votes in the US, and our neighbor right here in Ethiopia is actually struggling, yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're out of time. And the Good Vibes crew is actually on standby. So we have to go. An hour is so short, guys.
Yeah.
But remember, this conversation is going to continue. It's going to continue on our social media spaces. TV47 Kenya on Facebook. My handle is Tracy KE. On Instagram and Twitter, TV47 Kenya. On Instagram, TV47KE on Twitter. And until next week, yeah, stay safe from COVID-19. Do not, thou shalt not be a COVIDiot. That is our commandment for this week, yeah? Memory verse. That is what you need to memorize, yeah? Sanitize your hands, wear your masks, observe social distance.
Don't go for teenage parties.
Do not go to Christmas parties like Inonda over here.
I'm saying
Teenage Christmas parties.
The 44 one.
Yeah? Absolutely, yeah? Enjoy your evening. Do not switch